I love your hat too. It's nice.
Thank you. All right.
What's
And
up,
we are
y'all?
live. We are live. I'm going to share this to some of my other pages too. But welcome, 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 everybody. It is your favorite power team, your favorite podcast team. And we are definitely in the building. So
Authentic.
if this is your first time rocking with us, we just want to say welcome, 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 because we already know that you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be right here with us.
You know better.
So, for those of you guys that may not know who we are, we want to formally go ahead and introduce ourselves. I go by the name of Kesha Cash.
And it's your boy, Dr. Real, Mr. Motivational. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's talk
So,
about it.
guys, it's been a minute. Well, it has not really been a minute. It kind of feel like it's been a minute because y'all know how we do. We like to kind of just fellowship, as we say. We make Wednesday nights our nights to kind of catch up with family, kind of like a family reunion,
Mhm.
if you will. And we get a chance to just talk about some things that's going on, current events, situationships, realistic type things, all kinds of stuff. So
Mhm.
we kind of just get excited when Wednesday nights come.
Yes.
We got a lot of different things we want to talk about tonight. So we just want you guys to, well, let me do this. If you're new, kind of wave at us and drop your name. If you have a business, drop your business name. We want to keep this network thing going just so that we can kind of continue to build our audience, help you build your audience, and then we can just fellowship every Wednesday and all the other days that our shows are here.
Mhm.
So, we were backstage talking as usual because we get to talk and then we look up and the time is gone. But we wasn't gonna talk about the stuff that's going on, the Omarion, the Omicron, and all of that. We might get into that a little bit later. But a couple of things that's on our list to talk about tonight. Let's just try to go ahead and dive into some of those.
Let's go.
One of the things that we had on there, I said I wasn't really going to get too deep into it because I don't know the full situation. I just respect the fact of why they both agreed to come to the conclusion. So you all may know what I'm talking about. Megan Good and her husband have decided to divorce.
Call it quits.
So, Dr. Real, give me your thoughts on that. What are your first off? Let's just say this: we all know that divorce is something that's coming. It's coming. It's something that's happening quite so often. So it's not a shocker to us. But
Mhm.
because they both agreed to do so, what? How do you feel about it?
I feel like at the end of the day, they end up being oil and vinegar, and we all know what oil and vinegar does. Um, he was a devout Christian. I think he's a minister. She's an actress. Um, I watched that new show Harlem when she was kind of doing, the sex scenes and all that stuff that she really hadn't been doing. If you look at her previous work when they were married, she had kind of shied away from that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw her get back with Megan again. I said, okay. And then not long after that, you hear they had the irreconcilable differences. And I mean, it's good to know that they can come to that conclusion that, this ain't working. She want to pursue her career further. Can't get no younger. You know what happens with actress roles when they get older, they start to dry up. So they wrote that nice book, The Wait, and I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of them, man. You've seen with Kanye and Kim. Not saying that's a gold look, but the sad part for me is they happen to go through this publicly. When at the end of the day, divorce should be a private matter. I don't care if you're a celebrity or not. They should be awarded or afforded that issue to be kind of more of a private side versus National Enquirer and them getting out into it, putting out nuggets that's not really true, as Trump was saying, the fake news. Um, it's sad to see any breakup like that, but if it's good for both of them to go their separate ways, then hey, do what you do. It wasn't to me when I first heard about them getting married. I was like, I'm not a negative person. I'm like, I don't know if it's working out. You know what I'm saying? They are from really two different worlds, and those opposites
Yeah.
attract is nice until you have to deal with the fact when they don't, and that's what happens to them. God bless them. Hopefully they'll find their way, and they can move on without it being ugly. But I don't want to see no more ugly divorces without people out there. I don't want to see no more of that.
Yeah. And I kind of feel like what you said, but it's sad because I think they both went into the situation giving up on some things,
Mm,
compromising.
mm-hmm,
Like, meaning that the intentions were good because we both know that when we get into a situation, it's not going to always be exactly how one person may want it to be, or it
mm-hmm,
may not be as perfect because of how the world is wanting a marriage to be perfect.
mm-hmm,
Megan began to away from the cameras. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? She wasn't really fulfilling her dream.
mm-hmm.
Um, I saw where they probably tried to partner with each other to make up for the things that they weren't doing anymore.
Right.
Let's write a book together. Let's do this together. When really, we say it all the time. Even when you're married, you can have that thing that you do together, but you still have to have that thing that you do by yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And I think they did a really, really good job holding it together as long as they could. But I think what really ended up happening was you gotta really live your life. And if you're living life through something that is not authentic, or if you're living life through how the world may want you to live it,
Mm-hmm.
you begin to either compromise the things that you want out of life, or you just wither away. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
You just
I'm
slowly
not.
become unrecognizable. What happens? Now, I think she lost herself. I'm speaking for Megan on Megan's part. I think she lost
Mhm.
herself because he came off kind of dominant to me a little bit.
Yeah,
So I watched some interviews with them, and he kind of controlled the narrative the whole time they were talking. And he would talk over her, and it just didn't seem. You just see the yoke wasn't equal. They wasn't evenly or equally yoked whatsoever. So they
yeah,
got
and
not.
I
He got.
think
That's hey. Thing you say.
that have a lot to do with her independency of how he met her, and that was his way of trying to put her back in alignment of I'm still the husband, I'm a pastor, you getting a little bit out. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
again, when you have to just really be who you are, you can't hide those kind of things. And I
Right.
think that's the stuff that was beginning to shine more light on anything else that was going on in their relationship.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Sad case, sad case.
Too bad.
Successful people, I think that they still can have some people go through divorces, or some people go through these things and they disappear off the face of the earth. I think that they both still have a stronger relationship just within themselves to still be able to bounce back from what they're going through.
Right. Yeah, I think they're both
On a
individually
positive
on
note.
their feet. I'm pretty sure both of them will land on their feet, individually. I like that. I just hope it's end up being a cordial thing and not, like a Dr. Dre's divorce or some of the messier ones we've seen this year. Uh, it didn't work out. It is what it is. I mean, what can you do? It didn't work out.
Yep.
Don't trash each other in the media. Just, had 9 years and it didn't work out with them 9 years. That's a 9-year lesson and move on.
Yeah, Dr.
So,
Dre celebrated. He's having like a party or something, isn't
he had one. He had has balloons and everything. That's a bit. To me, that's a bit petty. I think divorce parties are stupid, in my opinion. It's no different to celebrating you get off child support. I think that's just it's stupid. To me, it's just me. That's my opinion. I
he?
don't.
Yeah.
What you celebrate? I mean, you divorced, so you really got to have a party to tell everybody you divorced. you single now. Go do you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
parties.
think it's a defense. I think it's a defense mechanism. You know, you acting like you're really happy, but at one given time you was excited to be married,
Mm-hmm.
and you're having this big divorce. You know, just don't trick people and make it look like what it's not. Give the credit where the credit is due, but it's still okay for you to announce that you're happy if that's the case. But you know, a lot of times people leave that part out and they're just like, oh, this is the best. You know, that's why so many, you got two sides of the world. Some people don't want to get married because they see all these divorces or they see all the bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And you got people that's looking forward to it and they're like, well, where's the hope?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard
So,
to create that narrative when all you see is the negative part of marriage because that's all it's presented. Now you don't see the happy side or the joyful side of it's not celebrated. It's the
mhm,
other part of it. I want open marriage. I want to do this and I want to do that, and you see all that, and you're like, why do I want to commit to somebody if this is the likely outcome? Um,
yep,
a lot of people like to compare their marriages to their grandfathers and grandmothers, which I would tell them to be cautious about that because grandma might have stayed because she didn't have a choice but to stay. Because again, you have to look at the era they lived in. Grandma couldn't get a loan. Grandma couldn't get a car. Grandma couldn't get a job. Hell, grandma could barely think or take a crap on her own without the husband saying, "Yes, you can do it."
right,
Let's keep it buck. So that's why she was there when Grandpa was a Rolling Stone because she had nowhere to go. That's why you
yeah,
tell younger women have your rainy day fund and all this other stuff, the secret stuff, because they had to do that in case it all fell apart. They had some money to move around with. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
That's not necessarily how it should be nowadays, but we can't be saying, well, grandma and grandpa was together for 60 years. Well, have you ever really talked to grandma, put to the side, and how joyful and happy were they, or was she? Well, even ask grandpa, how happy was he during those 60 years? Was it a trauma bond that kept them together? You know what I'm saying? We didn't really divorce like that for us. We kept it together, through thick and thin, right? And that's what
hmm,
was shown to me. But I also seen the ugly side of it too. And I was like, I don't know, I want to do that or not. I don't know if I want to give my heart to somebody, but I get like I always say, tell people, your heart and mind are two of the most precious things that you have, that you
yep,
willingly give to people, and you shouldn't willingly give that to people. To me, more than 3 times in your life. There's people out here talking in love every week. Like, I swear you just broke up with somebody, you on Facebook telling you in love again? How? How sweet? Tell me how that's possible. How? So people need to stop basing their marriages off what somebody else is doing, whether it's good or bad. Comparison is one of the worst things that we suffer in this country, in this world, the social media world we built, is comparison. Well,
yep,
my husband do this for me. That's them. You don't know how they got to where they are. You don't know that picture they're smiling in. You don't know they just had a knockdown, drag out ass fight 5 minutes prior to that picture where they so much in love was taken. You don't know the story behind this picture. They're posting things. Oh, we did this, this. That trip could have been 6 months ago. They just
yep,
saying they got off this trip. You don't know when they took that trip. Then why do you care? You know what I'm saying? A lot of marriages are getting destroyed because we're comparing ourselves to what other people are doing. Or
yep,
I want to be free, but I want to be free too. No. Like I said before, you gotta have your cake with me, you're gonna choke on it. Because that
yep.
ain't how we doing that. Nah. If you want to
We
be
do it
free,
so often, so
it's just
often.
ridiculous. And they love to say, I want to be open marriage. What you really want to do is you want to be with other people and then come home to a stable base. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff that's thrown out there, and the younger people I hear, especially in the millennials and the Gen Z, they don't believe in any kind of commitment because all you hear is, I'll cut you off. I'll cut you
Yep,
off. I'll cut you off. Like, damn. So if I change Jello, you gonna like cut me off because I don't like, what I'm saying, I bring on orange Jello instead of strawberry. I made a mistake, and you just gonna cut me off. And that's just there's no loyalty. And without loyalty, love sucks. You don't have loyalty, you don't have anything, in my opinion. I'd rather you be loyal to me 100%, then you love me 100%. I rather have your loyalty.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly. Exactly.
And if you want to get married, go to
You
counseling. There's
know,
nothing wrong with that. Go to counseling. If you think about getting married, go to counseling. Go talk to someone who don't know you and don't know your partner, and go talk to them so y'all can work out things that you may that might be a issue later on. Because I promise you, whatever small issue you have when you're dating, you get married, is going to magnify by 1,000. I promise you that. Because now you legally bind. You just can't walk out and say peace out no more. You got to pay, and it's costly. Trust and believe.
that is so true.
Ask Dre. He'll tell you.
And speaking of, because you brought it up, but it's on our list too. When we were talking about making good, you said something about Kanye West
Mm-hmm.
and Kim. Now their situation was a little different. Wait, why are you shaking your head? Why are you shaking your head, Dr. Real? Because let
When
me tell you something. Because see, in their situation, they both still get out there and start testing the waters.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They in full fledged relationships with other people.
Well, she is for sure.
Kanye changed his name to Ye. Kim is legally now considered deemed as, what did they say? She's single or whatever it is. I don't think it's divorce. They didn't label her as
It's
divorce.
some weird California crap I never heard of in my life.
But you know she's an attorney, right?
Yeah,
Or she passed the bar, or
she
so
passed the bar.
yeah.
She's
So
not yet past the bar.
she done looked up something and found some information, and she's like, oh yeah, I can. She bringing something to light, but she deemed herself as something. I don't know if she did that to protect herself from um or protect the child. I don't know. It's something fishy about that, because I've never seen anybody be granted whatever they're labeling her as. But it was something, I saw it on Twitter, and she was tweeting about it. But they've actually been together since then. But they still, in her mind, she's like, he's still staying with the fool or whoever the girl is that he claimed that he wanted to be with. But he's fighting. But he want his family back.
I
But
mean, but
Kanye just
that's a lot of men and women when they want to step out. It's like the old saying goes about the grass is greener, or that I'm tired, it's right here, I want something new. And then when they see their former partners thriving without them, I want that old thing back. No, no, you don't. You want the feeling of how it used to be, not what it actually is right now. Like this fool,
But
I don't know
Kanye
if
had
it's
to
true. Like how you move
Kanye
across,
have to know that Kim can survive without him now.
and I'm pretty sure that he
Financially.
knows that he can too. But now you see her out with another man, and again we know men are ego driven. We know this by now. So now you see her happy with another dude. Boy, CJ, wow. Yeah, see, that's true. But eventually, new coochie gonna be old coochie because it's still sex. And if you got bored with that sex, eventually,
Wait, wait,
I don't
wait,
give.
wait,
You got flowers coming
wait,
out her ass. It ain't gonna change anything.
wait. You and CJ taking me too fast. Oh, CJ said, wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm saying, because you said yes. He said, ain't nothing better than pussy but new. What does that mean?
It's like the old saying that says the best way to get over a new man is get under another man. That's the same saying he's given, but he's saying nothing better than pussy then, but some new pussy. And that's true. But even new coochie get old.
Right?
I don't,
That's
give a
what I'm
damn,
saying.
I don't care if you got the Niagara guac guac 5,000 flowers coming out her ass. It don't make no difference because eventually you go around the tricks. If you're with them for a long enough time, that stuff does not matter after a while. It has to be more than that. The best sex you can have with anyone is if you're spiritually, mentally connected with that person. That's when the sex is fantastic. If you just smashing new coochie, be getting new coochie, that's gonna get boring after a while. I promise you. You can get tired of it.
I can't stand CJ. he gonna come. We're gonna have to bring CJ on. He is funny. He bust out of nowhere,
But he ain't
and
lying though. But that's some people. That's some people's mindset. But how long will that last?
yeah,
Like Kanye had that girl's 21, 22 years old, like half his age, half
and
of Kim's
she.
age, and she
Well, see,
young.
I didn't do the research on the
She young.
girl that Kanye was with, but the guy that Kim was with, I think he's more her age, right?
Well, Pete Davidson,
Yeah.
that boy didn't write a book on how to be ugly but still get you some. Cause that boy done he done bagged some baddies, boy. In this day, I give him his power. I gotta salute the man. He done had some baddies today.
So you think that's why Kim is like, hold on, wait a minute. I don't know. It's something. Kanye is thinking of. He's on this whole family thing. No matter what, you're still my family, even though he's still with the girl or whatever the case may be.
You're my
But
family, but
he,
that's not a woman no more, bruh. You gotta let that part you gotta let go. Them your kids, but you moving across the
but
street from a new house is retarded, bro. Come on, fam. You could have moved anywhere in the
Kanye
world. Bro.
was,
You gonna move right across the street from her?
hey, Kanye walked in there like he getting his family back. He don't care what nobody's saying. He, what's they say when the fella say, like he was a, if he dropped his nuts was a person, it would be him. Cause he walked in there like, hey, Kim, 7, West, East, no, get over here. Like he wanted his family and he wanted to capture that
And
he went down fighting, and
he's all he doing is setting for someone who has mental issues like he does. His mental health is not the best. I can imagine just looking at that aspect of it, how jarring that had to be for her when he's not on his meds. When he gets off his not on his meds and he's going through his trips. Like how hard is that on her? Because that's an ongoing thing. You know what I'm saying? That's an ongoing thing. How do you deal with that for so long when you just try and be that support system for them, but they don't want to do the things they need to do to have themselves right? And you're right. See, they're gonna make themselves miserable. Listening to Pete Davidson knock the bottom out of that shit every night. Hell, boy,
but
stop.
let me say this because Sia, because I want to, she said, because I want to have a clear understanding of what she's saying, because I want to speak for the ladies too. Because even with what you talked about, Dr. Real, they say he gonna cry in the car. Sia and CJ is crazy. But Sia was saying that Kim probably got boring in the bedroom or wasn't giving him any. And I'm gonna tell you, Sia. Now, when you say that, and have my back and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Because when you said she got boring, do you think she intentionally just got boring, meaning that for him, or was she typically like boring and just like, we together, we've been together. I'm not trying to pull no new tricks out of a bag because a woman don't do that typically unless she's hurt.
I mean, but have you seen the sex tape, well, boy? She wasn't
I
super
have no.
excited in that.
Oh,
She
hold
wasn't
on, wait a
super
minute.
excited in that.
Wait, because I done got lost. Who got what sex? What sex
The
tape?
sex tape that blew her up, her and Ray J. She
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
she wasn't excited in that. So I'm like, what y'all thought
that
she
was
gonna
her
do?
first tape. Let me tell you something. I think really with that tape, they knew what they was doing. That wasn't no. That was kind of like I want to be caught, and I kind of don't want to be caught. And I'm looking. They probably she was nervous, I believe, because she knew she wanted to be exposed, but at the same time, she was in the process of being exposed.
I don't know about
But
nervous. Like she was very, very
Sia said, she said, I think she's clearing up what I was. No, she wasn't interested in him anymore. Those mental. That's okay. Now, see, I started feeling that girl power because I'm telling you, a woman, we gonna. I don't care if we have to read, research, math, English, arithmetic, whatever you want to call it. It don't get boring because we are emotionally attached. So when it comes to that bedroom, if we are being treated right, if we're feeling right, if we're happy, if we're secure, if we're content, it's gonna be some fireworks hands down no matter what. But if something has happened, if a disconnect was there, if something made us feel that we're not secure, yeah, it's gonna slack up a little bit. So when you rolling over and then she just laying there and it's kind of like she bored, she doing it intentionally to let you know she bored. Because women don't really do that. That see what I'm saying, Steve? Because we
Men the
don't.
same way
If
though.
we are attached and connected, because again we're emotional and we're feeling, we're gonna feel confident just because you already made me feel secure, right? So therefore, if we're feeling like that, we gonna show up and show out because the connection, we're gonna make that connection feel stronger. So I don't. Kanye was doing some crazy stuff. He was walking around and I mean, I think she should have been there for him a little bit more, mentally and as her partner. But to Sia's point, I think she was doing it intentionally, trying to act boring. She probably was laying there and was just like, "Come on, hurry up." They're north is the kids are coming, like anything,
Mm-hmm.
because women really don't do that. It's sad though because Kanye got a problem. He needed her, and I think it was a little bit selfish on her end based on whatever happened. But at the same time, we just don't, like you say, Doctor. We don't really know the truthness of what's going on in them pictures. We see those celebrity pictures. We see the family. Everybody look cute. Everybody look good, and then we don't know what's going on in the house. So
Mm-hmm.
I ain't jumping on Kim's side. But I'm just saying, like, I understand from a woman, like, women really don't do that unless it's a reason.
Got on matching
Um,
pajamas on Christmas with somebody inbox Christmas night. All smiling the pictures, all looking happy as hell, and then somebody inbox at 8 o'clock at night on Christmas Day. Mm-mm. Go on, man.
right. Man,
Gotta love it.
that's it. It's just a lot. But I feel that, because they got all those kids. Now, Kim, y'all done went and got, I done lost count. I know they got Saint, North, West. Let me see. Saint, Northwest. Chicago. They got about five.
Damn.
Somebody help me out. Is it five? They got about five. Now, Kim, I know you got the Kardashians and the Jenners for your support, but you kind of need Kanye. Y'all to sit here and get all the babies now, and you steady trying to spit the babies out.
Yeah, learn how to cope.
So it's just a whole hot. It's crazy. Um,
Kanye, you had your turn, bruh. Like the saying is very true. You don't own nobody belongs. You just had your turn. You had your
yeah,
turn. Your turn is up, player. Just whatever thing is. She don't want you no more.
let it go.
Stop chasing.
And it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be a good situation. That's why you have to revisit the situation. And I think with them Kardashians, everybody get addicted to the family. Something always happen with. There you go, Kim. Let me get the names right. Saint Northwest, Psalms, Chicago. It's one more. I think it's one more in there somewhere because that might be it though. Yeah, I think that is it. But Dr. Real, it's just one of the things like the Kardashians, they are now, we talked about this before, they are a family that some people like that family, how family oriented they are. They are loving. They're very loving. And they take care of their own. Like if you in with them, you in with them.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from a place, because I think Kanye lost his mother.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really heard Kanye speak about his father or anything. I don't even know if Kanye got like siblings or anything. I think
I think
he's lonely.
he's only
Is he the only child?
mm-hmm.
Oh, see, that's gonna definitely take a toll on him because he really probably considered them as his family. And most of the men that I've seen date a Kardashian or what all those that set of that family, that's where they break down because they feel like they don't have that family anymore. And it's a usually they are in a situation to where their families aren't very close knit. And it takes a toll on them, but. Yeah, Kanye and Kim's situation is totally different from Megan and her husband. Megan is just like, look here, boo. I gotta get back out here on this scene, and he's just like, well, no, you can't because we got to be at the pulpit in the morning,
You feel me?
and we can't keep watching this stuff. And and she just that's what she want to do. So, message to everyone: we can't change people, and we can't put this fake show on to just make it seem as if life is peaches and cream, and it's not, because it's going to definitely reflect, and you're going to beat yourself up in the end. That's
As
just
I've
what's going to
said,
happen.
as I've said many, many times before, a situation going to arise where the real you is going to have to come out and play.
It's
You can't
going
take it forever. It's going something going to happen. Like guys that try to be tough guys, you gonna get put in a situation where now I'm about to pull your whole card. What's up? And then all of a
what's
sudden,
up?
the real you come up, and they know you're pissing your pants because you ain't as hard as you came off the beat because you nobody never challenged you. So the real you
There
gonna
you
always
go.
show up no matter what. So instead of trying to be somebody you not, be in love with who you are, and if the person that you're with or you want to be with can accept you for that. Now I'm not saying you come out here hella toxic. Ain't nobody gonna accept that shit. I'm just gonna tell you that ain't happening.
No,
But
no,
if I see you working on trying to repair those things, that's cool. But I have to accept you how you are to a certain extent. I'm gonna put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got flaws.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But some people don't want to. Some flaws you can repair, but they don't want to. So you don't have to accept that part. You don't have to accept a person not trying to be better. You don't never have to accept that. If they're not trying to be better because they can be, they don't want to be. You don't have to sit there and accept that. No,
I agree.
never.
Well, good luck. Good luck to them both. I mean, I'm. It's going to be interesting to see, especially for Megan and not with the. They just end up with other celebrities is what I've been witnessing. But shouts out, my heart go out to them because it's still a sad situation. We're talking about divorces here.
Yeah.
You done dedicated all your time to these people, and you have made some type of change, and you have adapted in some type of way. It just wasn't good enough, and that alone is sad because now you got to start over.
Mm-hmm.
So, whew, moving on, y'all. We got a little caught up in that because Sia and CJ, we should have added them to the, back with brought them on the show. But
Listen,
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on out here.
definitely.
Moving
And
on to something else. Um, I guess I'll say this the other one. We want to talk about the 10 things on the list. Let's move forward to the 10 things that's on that list when it comes to New Year's resolution or the new year. Top
okay,
10. Top 10 things.
so I went through and I tried to find 10 good quotes. Some of you have I've posted on Facebook before. So a lot of them I've already said here, but I think they're very relevant to the calendar change that's about to occur. But for myself, I don't believe in resolutions. I do alterations because I believe our life is like fabric, and we are the tailors. Sometimes you gotta let that fabric out. Sometimes you gotta bring it in, but you know what fits you. I feel like resolutions are just empty promises we make every year that by January 15th, we already quit. You know what I'm saying? But if you do things you really want to alter yourself, then you will do those things. So, without further ado, quote number 10 is one I just posted the other day, but I think it's relevant to what I'm talking about. Is sometimes when you need to shed weight, it's not always pounds, but people.
That's true.
It's sometimes that weight you have,
Accurate.
the people in your life have added mental stress to you. That's a weight. Or you don't feel safe enough to really express how you really feel. That's another weight because you're holding in what you want to say because you're fearful of starting an argument. But as that Facebook quote that's been going around all year, you're really creating a battle within yourself because you don't want to tell someone, you don't want to creating a war within yourself because you don't want to have a battle with the person you're talking to. Telling somebody how you
Yeah.
feel should not start an argument, but it does in most cases. But that shouldn't be a
I
reason to
like
argue
that
for
one.
how I feel. Okay.
I like
Uh,
that one.
Number 9, we need to put the same energy into our mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and sexual health that we do in trying to preserve relationships that destroy them. Did y'all hear me? Make sure you put that same energy. A lot of times we keep people around, going back to number 10, that are not good for us and they sicken us in every single way.
Yeah.
Number 8, hard to be the voice of a reason when the ears of chaos are listening.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you this right here. Don't come my doggone inbox asking for my damn advice, and then I watch you behind 2 posts later doing exactly the opposite of what the hell we talking about. For what? Don't be calling Kesha. asking her for advice with dude or girl, whoever it may be, and then she see y'all booed up watching the ball drop. We ain't doing that going into 2022. We ain't doing that.
And the
So I'm
matching
not giving that
pajamas
the
too.
quality advice, but damn it, don't sit here and ask me stuff, and then you're gonna go do the opposite of what I asked you, and then come back 5 posts later saying, damn, I should listen to you. Well, you name should have, but you didn't. 7. When you view yourself as worthless, you will attract discount shoppers who only want something for as cheap as possible. They're experienced in reading labels and know when they have gotten a deal. The problem with discount shoppers is they only realize the deal and not the value. Stop letting people treat you like you a thrift shop piece, or they found you in the nearest garage sale. You better than that.
You
You
are
better.
better than that.
You are better than that. Okay. And little people out here that know how to shop get you. Be better than that. Number 6. If you're not happy for a fresh 24, then what the hell are you gonna do with a fresh 365? I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there. Number 5. Number 5. In relationships, and this is where I need to hear me on. Stop giving career opportunities to people who only seek seasonal work. Y'all gotta stop wanting to marry people who ain't only in there for your spring season. They're not here for all 4. They're not gonna help you through your winter season. They're here for income tax season. They ain't here because they ain't got nowhere to stay season. They ain't here because they want to do a summertime love, and soon as the leaves stop changing, then they moved on. Stop giving
Yeah.
seasonal workers career opportunity. They don't deserve it.
They don't want it.
People can lie so much that they can turn themselves into a fictional character based loosely on their real life. You got folks on here that if you go by their Facebook life, they Elon Musk. But you
Yep.
know them in real life, they just Musk. And I will move on.
Yep.
Number 3, showing the right woman or man the proper attention is not thirst. Because if he or she is the right one, they will provide an oasis of love, respect, and care. The only way it becomes thirst is if he or she is a desert, which indeed will leave you thirsty. Number 2, my favorite one of these, your expectation can never outweigh your participation. Y'all be out here wanting stuff to work just as fast, and you ain't putting no work into what you want to accomplish, and you wonder why it's never coming full circle, which leads me to the number 1, and I say this all the time, and I mean this because that's my favorite quote that I ever wrote in my life, is a want must be present in order for a damn need to be established. I am so sick and tired of people. So tired of
Wait a
people.
minute, y'all. Wait, hold on. Let me, because when you said you were sick and tired of it, I felt that. What you was about to say, Dr.
Well,
Real?
I'm just so sick and tired of people always talking about, well, I want to lose 20 pounds, but you're the damn cheesecake factory. How's it going to work? How just tell me? Just tell me how it work. Tell me how you want to get out of poverty, but you still displaying broke habits. How do you want to be a better man, but you can't let go of the things that make you a shitty man or a woman? I just don't understand how people always talking about the things they need to do, but they don't want to do it. Like, help me help you. If you don't have that one, I don't care if Jesus Christ himself appeared in your door. If you don't want to do it, no matter what he tells you, you're not going to do it. So quit wasting your time on these people who say they need you, but they don't do anything to show they want you. Stop. You're going into a
And
whole
you meant
new
that.
year.
A
New
new
Year's
one, right?
Day
This week, Dr.
The
Real,
the
we
thing
going
that
into a new
New
year
Year's,
this week.
I get so sick and tired of hearing this too. New year, new me. Really? But you're the same damn person from December 31st that woke up on January 1st. You have changed nothing to make you be different. You have done nothing. Evaluate your habits to say, damn, what habits are holding me back from my destiny or my fate? What am I doing that is weakening my mind? What am I doing that's weakening me physically? What am I doing that's not making me speak words of affirmation to make myself better and people around me? What am I? Why am I not looking at my circle? My circle's so damn big. We could do duck goose on it. It's so damn big, but you got too many people there. Your circle needs to tighten up. You have to be able to let people go that don't belong where you're going.
Yeah.
You and I know it's hard. They've been your ride or die for 20 years. But something that I know for a fact that's happened to me in life is you gotta be careful of giving everybody a ride on your back. Because when your back go out and they get off, they walking freely while your ass is laying there. Evaluate, take this time to look at what you've done good this year. Don't look at everything that went wrong. That's one thing we do too. Some things you want to change, not necessarily need to be changed. You think it needs to be changed, but it doesn't. You just got to change your way of thinking about it. Okay? Just watch who you're around. Don't cut everybody off because that's stupid too. You can't cut everybody off. Just evaluate what you've been through. Who was really there for you when you needed them to be there? Not because you asked them to be there. Keyword, they wanted to be there. We have too many people, and we think we need people when sometimes we don't. What we're fearful of is being alone, or feel like we've been alone.
Yeah.
And I said this many times before. If you can't be by yourself, you can't be with nobody, because you're always going to be wanting that feeling, that connection. But again, like I said before, you just can't live like Gen Z. Just cut everybody off. You can't. You just cut.
But you
cut
know what?
off.
Let me pick it back up a little bit of what you're saying, Dr. Real.
Sure.
What I'm finding is that sometimes we think that we're cutting people off, but we're really not cutting them off. It's just like the world or that ball that if you ever been to that hotel, that dinner place downtown in Dallas where it's going around, and then you can't really see it, but you can feel it, and then you look in a different spot. What happens is that people gravitate based on what's going on at that moment anyways. So if you got a circle of people, you're going around just like this, just like the world, because you're learning new stuff, you're doing different stuff, you're talking different stuff. And every time you're going around, you eventually either dropping people off or you're picking people up, because what happens is that them same circle of people that you're talking to, you might be excited telling them about, hey, guess what? Next week I'm going here. So eventually, as you continue to talk, it's not something that they want to do, or it's not something that they want to hear. And they get the chance, they tell you, well, I'm going to skip out on that. That don't sound interesting, but you're steady elevating possibly. Or you're meeting new people that's inviting you to different stuff and you're wanting them to come along. But guess what? Everybody can't come along because this ain't even everybody's thing. So your load begins to drop sometimes by default, and then you're so busy and excited and caught up in it, and you look around, you be like, where everybody at? They didn't stay on. They fell off. And you just got to kind of pay attention. And it's not that you still have some other people, like you said, you can have that person that's a great person to give advice. Well, if I was in a relationship with somebody, I may have always spoke to that person about that advice that I needed. But guess what? I might not be in that relationship with that person anymore. So now I ain't even communicating with that person about it because maybe I decided to do this now. So it's all about you. Whatever you have going on, sometimes you'll find that people that they don't fit in. You cannot force them to stay. You cannot force them to go. You just have to keep doing you and keep doing what you're doing and just watch how many people fall off and how many people tag and stay along.
Exactly.
You can't force it though. You can't force it.
I mean, for those of you who really want to change situations or circumstances in your life, you can do it. You just got to be able. What a lot of people don't want to do is sacrifice. You know, they're. I want to save money, but I want to go to Starbucks every day. What you're saying at your mouth is not matching your actions, and then you're mad at everybody and their mama, but you should mad at yourself because you're saying things, but your actions are contradicting to what you're trying to do. Like I say, like losing weight, that starts in the kitchen. It doesn't start at 1,000 people are at damn Planet Fitness and you can't get to no machine because everybody and mama in there. And you'll see it if you're really dedicated. You'll watch the gym be 100% full on the first or second. And by February 1st, it'll thin out to the people who are really dedicated to doing what they need to do. That's why I don't believe in resolutions, because I don't think people commit to them. It's something that we have been ingrained in us to do since we've been kids. I'm going to do this now.
Right.
Are you really going to do it? Like, are you really going to? Are you really truly going to commit to what you're saying right now? And and yes, like yes, see, you're right. Sacrifice is very hard. That's
Yeah.
why it's called sacrifice. It's hard. But if you want to attain those goals, or you're gonna be sitting right here December 31st, 2022, saying the exact same things you said on December 31st, 2021. Do you want to be that person? That another year, you'd have been another year around the sun, but nothing's changed in your life the way you wanted to go. And then now you're gonna see it blaming everybody else except for that person in the mirror. Because one thing about the mirror, you can fool everybody, but you can't fool me. Because when you look at me every day, this is what you see. That's sign the mirror. You can't fake the mirror out. You just focus, reset your values, reset your mind, and focus because you have so much going on in this world right now that we need to be ready. Because this thing is not stopping. This the COVID ain't stopping. The division amongst us is not stopping. So if you're not 100% fit mentally, physically, emotionally, they're going to destroy you and keep it moving. So I'm pleading with y'all, come different. Hell, start today. Why wait for the year to change for you to be better? You can do the same thing on December 31st. You can do on March 3rd. This ain't never the damn date. Change starts with you. Change starts within. Your mama can't change you. Your wife or husband can't change you. If you don't want to change,
Nope.
there's nothing anyone can do to influence it. You have to want. That's why that quote means so much to me, because it's the truth. You have to have that want to be established. You have to.
Get a
Because
head start. Yeah.
if not, how do you even get started? It don't make any sense. It's like beating yourself across the head and talking about your head hurting. Because dumb, you hitting yourself, your head against the damn wall. That's you doing that. But one way you got a headache.
Right. Right.
I mean, it's mind-boggling. And I promise you, Kesha, you're gonna see the same people who sing them same songs next year. Gonna be singing the same damn song,
I already know. I'm
same
trying.
song.
I know. And y'all,
Everything in the car heartbeats. That's what it's gonna look
like,
like.
it's gonna be the same stuff. And I think everybody gets so caught up into, they think it got to be a list. And when you hear the word goals, you hear like a list, like a grocery list or something. Like you got to list all these different things. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna start going to church. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna walk in the morning. You can start with one thing, and if you push that one thing daily, and then see the success of it at the end of the year, that's enough. It's change. Change is good. Change is anything different that you've done. It could be the same thing that you're doing, but you're doing it a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? You might be spending more time doing it. You may be spending less time doing it. It's still progress. It's change. It's good. Another thing that I was wanting to talk about was stress.
Oh my God.
Let it go. We got to let the stress go. And I'm not saying wait for 2022, January 1st. We need to let the stress go right now. There's so many different things that we don't even think about that could be possibly stressing us out. Life is too short. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's that family member. I don't care if it's that child. I don't care if it's that job. I don't care if it's that whatever that thing is that causes you to get those little frowns in your forehead. The things that cause you to toss and turn a little bit at night. The things that cause you to look and frown up when it's time to answer that phone. The things that causes you to frown up when it's time to turn the doorknob. Let it go. Because if you have to stop, pause, wait, think about it, react, take a blood pressure pill, let it go.
Amen.
Because you have the control. You have the control. And the thing about it is you're already aware of it. You can't sit here and lie to yourself about not being aware of it, because you already know you're getting that those wrinkles in the forehead. You already know that you're breathing hard. You already know that you're making that face. You already know that you already know what that thing is. So I challenge everyone, Whatever that thing is that I just explained, don't wait until January the 1st. Don't wait until midnight.
Mm.
Let it go. Like
Because I can tell
tonight,
you
right now,
that
right
message,
now.
that message you just sent was for me because I'm a person that I like to have some kind of control over everything that's happening in my life, which is impossible. There's no way in hell that's possible. So I'm learning for myself. Not even learning. I'm just trying to practice more of stop trying, trying to control things that are out of my control and focus more on things I can. It's easier said than done because that's work. And that's
Very.
one of my alterations is learning how to not just say I'm letting go, but truly let it go from my heart and mind. Because if them two are talking about the same problem, baby, you got a damn problem. If your heart and mind having the same problem, you got a damn problem. That
Yeah.
problem ain't going nowhere no time soon. So I'm learning to what you just said is like I'm having to learn to, like I said, if it's not in my if I can't physically control it, I'm having to learn to, you know what? That person acting weird towards me, I've done everything I possibly can to find out what's wrong, and they ain't telling me. We've been knowing each other 25 years. Well, guess what? That must be the stopping point for this relationship. It's 25 years.
Let it
I've
go.
already did my part. And I'm having to learn that again to not allow that to affect my emotions. Because eventually, what happens with that, for the people who struggle with that, eventually you become the problem because you absorb all of that crap, and now you're not happy.
Woo. Now
You
you're preaching.
then you're depressed. You going through all this stuff, and I'm telling you, I'm not trying to get off topic here, but if you got a problem with a person, I can promise you, they ass is sleeping good at night while you sitting here scratching your head, your hair falling out. They sleeping probably turn over farting, and you over here up at night with your face toe up, and they sleeping good. I promise you that they sleeping good. So quit allowing people to control your emotions, please,
Exactly.
and stop waiting for somebody to make you feel good about you. No one can do that for you. You'll be chasing out high the rest of your life if you're waiting for somebody to make you love you. I promise you that. So just like Kesha said, stress is a killer. Women, heart disease is the number one killer of women. And what do you think contributes to that besides a poor diet or hereditary is stress. Stress is a silent killer. I have high
Silent.
blood. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a high strung person. I'm as laid back as possible. But again, that Leo loves perfectionism. And I know perfection is not even possible. But in my way, my mind is built, I think it's attainable. But you know what
Right.
I'm saying? But like you said, it ain't the fact that life is short, is that we don't appreciate the minutes, the hours, the seconds that we're here to do what we're doing because we allow a lot of things to rob us of joy. Like I told this, and I say this all the time, people worry about being happy too much. Happy is a fleeting emotion. You can make a bomb ass sandwich and drop it on the ground. You're not happy no more. You see what I'm saying? Because habit can change easily. You dressed up for the night looking good, you go outside and it's raining, and somebody hit a mud puddle and it's all on your new dress, you pissed off. That happiness is gone. But you have joy in your heart and joy in your mind. Yeah, you might be a little bit unhappy what's going on, but it's not going to ruin you internally.
Is that
So
yes.
keep work. If anything, if you don't do nothing else for us on this very powerful power podcast, is this: focus and build your joy. Stop worrying about happy. Because if you're joyful, really joyful, then happy will come around. I promise you that. And everything around you will be happy. Even when it's not so good. If you're joyful, that erases a lot of stuff, man. Just be focused on being joyful. Work on your joyful skills. Because some of us worry about
Yeah.
being happy. I'll see on post happy, happy, happy. Okay, what happens when you're not happy? If you're not joyful, you're gonna be sad as hell because you don't have any joy in you. So don't focus on the
Right.
happiness, focus on the joy.
I'm gonna tell you this. Have you ever seen a picture or just picture this, a family getting ready to take a picture, and you have a photographer there when they do the countdown to tell everybody say cheese. There's
Mm-hmm.
a difference between being happy and a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can fake a smile
Oh yeah.
because it's time, it's perfected, it's did I get it right? I can start over. You can clearly see through a person that's trying to smile versus a person being happy. Chase the happiness. Let the happiness come to you. Forget about that smile because you can change that at any moment. But if you are genuinely happy and content with what it is that you're doing, can't nobody take that away from you. Kind of like what Dr. Ray was saying, anybody can change. Think about you standing there in front of a photographer, y'all taking a picture, and somebody just run across, and you like, damn, your whole where did the smile go? It was
Mm-hmm.
fake. You so distracted, you worried about the person running across. But if I'm my heart is filled with so much joy and I'm so happy, you're gonna see that within because it's gonna show in my actions. It's gonna show in everything that I'm doing. So go get that.
I mean,
Go and get that.
the
Hold
saddest
on to
smile
that.
is
Right?
someone with dead eyes attached to it. In my opinion, that's the saddest smile is someone whose eyes is just dead. You can see it. I feel like a smile is the most chameleon gesture there is. Because
Yeah.
if people don't really know you, they'll be oh like you hear all the time like people who commit suicide. The day before they all first thing they say, well they look so happy. They were just smiling and laughing. Yeah, that's a cover. You're covering up all that darkness because you don't want nobody to ask you questions about it. But
Yeah.
if you look into those eyes, they say the eyes are the window to the soul, but you gotta be careful about the ones that are tinted. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of them walking around here with tinted eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So look behind those smiles. Let's be a better neighbor going into tomorrow. Hell, don't worry about New Year's. Going into tomorrow, be a better neighbor. I'm talking about to your fellow people. I walk around so many of us that we always talk about unity, but if I look at you, you gotta go ready to take your soul or something. I'm just looking at you saying hello, and you can't even speak. Women,
Right.
every man that says hello to you don't want you. Men, every woman that smiles at you don't want you. Some people are just pleasurable and people that like to speak to people. They're joyful, so they
That's
want to
who they,
stop
that's who they
ready
are.
to you.
Yeah.
But bros, we look at each other and it's like the boondocks you say you want to have a nigga moment every time. Like, bro, I'm just saying what's up, dog. It ain't nothing more than that. You can choose to say hello, keep moving, but why I get a meme mug? I don't understand.
Right.
And men, if the woman's saying hi, that's all it is. Now, if you
Yeah.
went into a body language, she might be shooting more. That's cool. But damn, didn't Me Too teach y'all ass any damn thing? I'm like, damn, y'all don't learn. It's a shame. Like, man, let these women live, please. Going to next year, guys. Just because she got a bad figure and her face is she everything is banging, don't mean she want to bang with you, bro. Shoot your shot. And if she did Kim Matumbo that junk, don't start talking about well, you ugly anyway. Oh, ugly now. But 5 6 ago, I was looking good as hell to you. So
I was like,
look at
right,
me.
right, right, right.
Now, women, don't in the same breath, don't be super hard disrespectful. Tell them you don't want to be involved. There's ways you can go about
Mhm.
doing that without making it ugly. Thank you and keep.
Exactly.
That's it. It's too easy.
That's it.
Stop making life hard, man. Stop making life hard. You
Ooh, y'all.
right. Click on somebody's post and do a like. They think you in love with them. Fam, I just like your picture, dog. I just like your picture.
Don't take it personal.
I thought the background was fire wherever you was. I might want to ask you, where was it? I don't want to talk
Where
to you
were
like
you
that.
at? Yeah, yeah.
You see my
Oh
status
my
said
god.
married. You see my status said in relationship. So why violate?
Oh my god.
Guys, get
Y'all know
together.
Dr. Real. He gonna
Get
always
together.
give it to you real.
And get together because the patience in this world is gone. So I don't want to
Yeah.
say that guy in the thing in Maryland got shot in front of his kids with road rage.
Right. I saw that. I saw
Road
that.
rage. Like it happened here
Road
in Dallas
rage.
in the Metroplex. Like, man, this we got enough common enemies in this world to not make ourselves enemies of each other. I just don't understand. Like
Yeah.
COVID is kicking our ass right now. It came back with a vengeance. Like we back. Like Luda said, back again, baby. Like we back. He back. And up in it. We got other things to worry about that are fighting each other. We ain't gotta be friends, but we ain't gotta be enemies either.
It's true. Ooh, y'all. We didn't mean to get the preaching tonight, but
I'm sorry, y'all. You know
y'all
how
already know. Y'all should have knew how it was going down, and we ain't seen y'all in a week now, baby. So we had to catch up, family. Y'all already know how we do. But this has been so much fun. But as we always say, we ain't got to go home, but we definitely got to get the hell up out of here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. It's been a really, really good show. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night. We have the Mamapreneur podcast that's hosted by our very own Robin. So she will definitely be in the building. And you know how she do. She's going to be spotlighting someone, a mother, a hard worker, another mamapreneur. And we'll get all of that good stuff on tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the PowerTeam platform. So make sure that you guys tune in. Did you want to give a shout out or anything to anybody, Dr. Real? Any last words or remarks before we get out of here?
Last thing I want to tell everybody is have a safe and happy new year and a blessed one and prosperous one. And like I always used to tell my soldiers, if you plan on drinking, have a designated driver. If you plan on having sex, have a designated condom. And that's it.
Well, he definitely took the words out my mouth. And there you have it.
Don't to get your legs wide open. You forgot where you at. It's just common sense. You don't want to go to jail on Friday because you ain't getting out till about Monday and Tuesday because everything closed, fam. So you might want to get right.
It's
Live
true.
Uber. They're around. Okay? Because that should stay your ass home anyway. Because I'm Marion out there. Stay your ass home anyway. Don't even go nowhere.
Hey, he is out there. So definitely, y'all, we got to be careful because like he said, it's back. And it's coming back strong. It don't look like it's going nowhere. It's just going to be another name. That's about it. But it's definitely here to stay. But we got to go, y'all. It's been fun. It's been real. Y'all be safe out there. And y'all have a good night. We'll